So the way of the panther really triggered you.
It didn't trigger me. It amused me. I laughed very hard for a lengthy portion of my morning yesterday. In fact, I have to thank, mostly I have to thank Jonathan Jones from CBS Sports for giving us, honestly, he wrote a column the day before kind of eviscerating Tepper a little bit. And then he gave us that gift of the way of the panther.
You're not one of us if you're making fun
of you.
OOU.
What would it be if you're not one? NOU? Not of us?
I think in the story it was, you're not OOU. The part that
That's too clunky.
The part that I'm still kind of...
One of us is not that long to say,
it's not,
people.
It's not.
It's 3 syllables. It is the same number of syllables as your dumb acronym.
The part that cracked me up the most was the reference to Pepsi. Like, did Matt Rhule when he got the job and he's like, all right, well, how am I gonna craft this to make this local?
Right.
Right? He's like, okay, Pepsi was a taste born in the Carolinas.
Honestly.
We're the Carolina Panthers.
Right.
Got it. And like, I guess he didn't do enough research because apparently Bank of America Stadium flipped over to Coke. So I think it used to be a Pepsi building, but I'm pretty sure.
It did. Because I remember being at games there and being like, oh no, I have no options.
Which is another thing, okay? That's the other part of this that's freaking hilarious. Look, I get the historic connection of Pepsi to the state of North Carolina. I get it. But nobody's out there asking for Pepsi. Everybody asks for a Coke. That's the iconic brand. It's not Pepsi. And was it Pepsi because of the NFL Super Bowl halftime show at the time was lead spot? I don't know.
I have no idea.
If you're thinking cola brand, it's not Pepsi.
I feel like that's spoken by someone who has not had both.
Probably.
Or I don't know. It's weird. Growing up, my best friend's dad only drank Diet Pepsi. So whenever I was at her house, all I could drink was a Diet Pepsi, and sometimes it'd be warm. And so I compared the Matt Rhule era to okay, you're going to have to either drink this or nothing else. And then I just go, I'm not that thirsty. I'll just have some water. You know what I mean? And I said that when he was hired. Didn't I? I said that to you. I was like, I don't really get it, but cool. Hope he proves me wrong. But in the end, it was actually a flat, warm Diet Pepsi after all.
Kind of was, yeah. Oh, there's the Starbucks. I don't think I've ever been to the Starbucks.
I don't think I have either.
I don't even know how to get to the Starbucks. Okay. So I reached out to some people that would know.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, so this report about... And this all tracks now with the way of the Panther, right?
Right.
Like, hey, was Matt Rhule, seriously involved with what he thought about social media? Like, he wants a particular brand. And they're like, yeah, college mindset. I'm like, wow. When we say he's a college coach, he really did live up to the standard of what you expect out of a college coach.
But see, here's the thing.
Right down to social media. Do you think? I
wonder if he thought keep pounding would be replaced by the way of the Panther.
Yes.
Which is wild to me.
Yes, because you'll remember there was a time there where people were like, are they getting rid of the keep pounding chant?
They weren't doing it.
Because what does a college coach think about? No, I'm going to make it in my image, right?
And by the way, that's a perfect thing to make part of your identity already anyway. You don't have to change it.
You would think, but not. That's not the way of the Panther.
Oh my God.
It's not the brand. The hardest working something NFL team, because, a bunch of NFL teams aren't hard working.
But the thing is, they don't, just because it's a college coach, right? And I get what you're saying. But it doesn't have to be nerdy.
Does Matt Rhule think that there was a free agent that saw their social media, like a recruit, and was like, I want to be a part of that? Do you think that happened?
No.
Do you think
or what if he sat down with a free agent and was like, let me tell you about this. If you want to be OOU, okay? Let me tell you what the way of the Panther means.
What do you want, by the way?
Whatever a small is, I don't remember. Black decaf.
Hi, Jeanette. How are you?
Iced.
I'm doing great. How are you today?
Fantastic. Can I get a small iced coffee?
Decaf.
Thank
you.
Okay, we can't make the iced coffee decaf, but we can make you a decaf iced Americano, which is just as good. In my opinion.
That's not decaf?
I can
just do a decaf regular then.
A decaf, just a decaf regular then.
You said just a decaf regular hot coffee?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, do you need anything in it?
Do you want anything in it?
No.
All right. Decaf black coffee.
All right, just a
Small.
tall decaf black coffee. Anything to go with that?
And I will take a grande pumpkin cream cold brew.
Okay, grande pumpkin cream cold brew. Sounds very yummy.
Yes, it is.
All right. Anything else for you?
That's going to be it.
All right, we will have that settled for you at the window.
All right, thank you.
Oh my god.
Decaf black coffee. I mean,
I feel like I just gained 5 pounds listening to that order.
Yeah, but are you like trying to? I mean, I understand that you were making fun of Matt Rhule, but are you trying to get a coffee order that's Matt Rhule too?
No, listen.
Just a boring decaf black coffee.
As everyone knows, I am still dealing with long COVID.
Yeah, I know.
And caffeine lately has made me a bit jittery.
Oh,
so
interesting.
I know it stinks because I love caffeine.
That's true. Okay. Here is your decaf black coffee.
Okay, but can I ask you a legit question?
What?
Would you rather drink this or a Diet Pepsi? Or like a Pepsi? Be real.
Thank you. I'd rather drink this.
Well, obviously.
Would I rather have a Diet Pepsi or a decaf black coffee?
Yeah.
I'd rather have a decaf black coffee.
But here's the thing that bothers me too, right? Like we saw some stuff from the doc, right? The document.
Yeah. The brand building.
Sure.
The brand building document, yes.
And I know, look, I know Matt Rhule has forgotten more football than I'll ever know.
Yeah.
What part of that pitch of like, we're gonna play defense, we're gonna be the most competitive team in the NFL, like, it sounds pretty basic to me. Don't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But how?
This is all stuff that sounds great when you're recruiting. When he's the Nebraska head coach, or when Dave Doran leaves for Arizona State, as Joe Giglio has joked that Dave is going to pull a Herb and go directly to Arizona State.
Tempe? I don't know, man.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. When Matt Rhule's the next coach, would you take Matt Rhule as the next head coach of the Wolfpack? Let's say Dave Doran leaves, he takes the Nebraska job.
This is really difficult.
Would you think that Matt Rhule could be successful with all these brand building exercises at NC State?
No, because he's been dunked on now. He has been exposed as fraudulent.
As an NFL coach.
But it's still fraud.
Because in college, you can be big on culture and get by.
I disagree a little bit, okay? And let me explain why.
Okay.
Like, we can critique the Mac Brown era however you want to, if you want.
But it's mission accomplished for Mac Brown in terms of brand rebuilding.
That is the thing. Because what is their brand that Matt Rhule's was never even sniffing? It's cool. Like, it seems cool, doesn't it? And NC State's made a lot of improvements on that front, too, with their video people and their social media. Why would they want to bring in this enormous dork? I mean, I'm not wrong. He's a dork. Like, and that's fine. I'm a dork. I understand.
Are you telling me?
But I'm not trying to get, like, 18-year-old football 5-stars to sign with me.
Are you telling me that NC State fans wouldn't convert to wearing nothing but, like,
NC State fans
Hellfire Club type T-shirts, if that meant, like, Hellfire Club with the Wolfpack thing?
No, that's not what they would have to do.
If Matt Rhule...
No, they would all have to get the Mall Walker New Balances, the white ones, wear those to games. And a rumpled shirt. It's that kind of dork. It's not even the like fun kind of dork where they're like into Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. This is like a dad life dork.
They're not like a Mike McDaniel level dork.
Right. Or like even a Dino Babers dork who's like super into like some of that fantasy stuff. That's cool.
Yeah, good point.
But like he's not even like cool nerdy. He's just like nerdy a little bit. And that's fun. Again, I'm not judging. You're one of us, Matt, but like how is that like what part of that as a recruit would you go, yes? And by the way, let's look at this. He's rebuilt Temple and Baylor. How many recruits at a high level has he really been able to sign? So I would argue that I wouldn't want him for one of those jobs. Like I saw him floated for Georgia Tech and I'm like, y'all want them to go from ATL to OOU? Like that's just mean. That's not going to fly. Like NC State fans would riot. Tell me they would not.
But can you imagine Dennis Cox doing Matt Rhule ordering at Waffle House?
I mean, he can still do it. He'll go somewhere.
Yeah.
I would think. But he's gotten humiliated by this. Let's be real.
So who do you want the Panthers to hire?
An offensive coach, please. For the love of God. For the love of God. When's the last time we had an offensive coach? George Seifert.
Seifert? How'd that work out, though?
He sucked. Okay.
I was going to say.
What did Matt Rhule just do? He sucked. Great. It's not the...
Maybe the Panthers are just destined to suck.
Don't say that.
No, it's not true. They actually... that was my favorite part about
get a winning culture, David Tepper.
The
Shut
David
up.
Tepper thing. I'm like, okay, get a winning culture. What has your culture been? It's been 4 freaking seasons of losing records. At least they won 3 division titles in a row. One of them there was a losing record, but that's not the point. They won the division 3 in a row.
Exactly.
Go look at the Dab era, Cam Newton MVP year where we went to the Super Bowl. That was a lot of fun. People like that. People like fun.
They went 15-1 and went to the Super Bowl.
Not a winning culture.
Shut up, dude. Do you even know how you sound? Like he's somebody who feels like he can Google the South and then talk about it. I brought music here or whatever. Like, shut up, man. We're not just he talks about this city and this area like we're a bunch of country bumpkins that are grateful for his arrival to bring his northern enlightenment to our space. Like, dude, this is a transplant city. We have seen the ways of the world. Yeah. Okay, we're not sheltered hillbillies.
I need because I think I lost Scotty McCreery's number or he changed his number.
Yeah.
But I want to get somebody to get to him. I'm like, hey, David Tepper said that he brought music to Charlotte, and I got what his overall point was.
I don't even care. He still said the words.
Jerry Richardson wasn't bringing shows to Bank of America Stadium.
Whatever.
And I went to the concert history. I'm like, so I guess in Tepper's mind, Scotty McCreery doesn't count as music because Scotty played at Bank of America Stadium 2017.
He probably thinks I don't know what he thinks. What's pop country and nothing else? Like Taylor Swift is probably as country as he listens to.
Probably.
And it's whatever. He did bring Garth Brooks, but that's dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just it's like there are people, whether it's Rhule or Tepper, that are out of touch with what the fans really care about.
Yeah.
And that's never going to be a good recipe.
Well, good news is that Taylor Swift is dropping a new album here this week that'll put you perfectly in your feels for how the state of the Panthers is. I've
never really been into her.
You might be into this one. My understanding, it's called Midnights. It's going to be all nothing but
And she's fine. I don't dislike her.
I'll admit, maybe it's the pumpkin spice latte talking. Pumpkin cold brew.
Pumpkin and milk. A gallon of milk in it, basically. Heavy cream, whatever.
I believe this actually helps convert me to be a Swiftie. Not gonna lie. A little bit of a Swiftie now. I dabble in the Swift.
I feel like I have to take a lactate just being near that drink right now. I'm gonna have because I can't really drink dairy without